Hello everyone. So, this video is going to be a continuation of a series sharing my experience in One Reign's tournament. If you haven't watched part 1 already, I highly suggest you do. Now, we left off with an embarrassing death to a bow user, but not to worry guys, that didn't mean I was out of the tournament. So, it was on to the analysis phase for me. Now, it's very important to view your opponent's games, as this will help you realize what your opponents are planning and what they're capable of when you inevitably have to face them. Knowing this will allow you to develop a counter strategy to defeat theirs.
I am willing to die in-game if I see someone try to pull the thing that Demarini did. I got to catch that game and I saw how it ended. And if I see someone trying to do that, dude, I'm diving them so hard and making sure they don't medkit in the gas.
So, from watching these games, I can tell that the most likely event to happen is a huge multi-man fight at the standing room gas phase. But, not only that, players were developing an awareness to counter the medkit in the gas strategy. This means two things. 1. There will be other players with a plan to tank the gas at the end of the game, which means I have to think of something that will allow me to out-heal them. 2. There will be players looking out for other players trying to medkit in the gas, which means I have to consider who's paying attention to me when I decide to run into the gas and heal.
Down to one hit, and then he is dead. Oh, the poke kill from outside! Move Your Mother goes down, and Garot with the play!
Now, you might be wondering why this video is the finale video when it's only part 2, and to answer your question, it's because my Plays.tv bugged out, so I couldn't get the footage of my point of view during those games. But, to get you caught up, in the quarterfinals I placed second, and in the semifinals I placed first. Now, it's time for the finale. The perks I take are Speedy Spear, Leg Day, and Regenerator. Let's begin. So, I spawn here and I immediately start crafting my spear. And the spawn is a pretty decent spawn. You're guaranteed not to be contested during this first building. So, I want to just loot it as quickly as I can and make my way over to the next building. Now, a mistake I made last game was trying to hold on to these early medkits, and honestly, they should just be sold, and so I can get my airdrop, because my airdrop comes with a medkit anyways, and it comes with the backpack. The backpack is actually such a powerful tool for me to have, because it allows me to have 5 inventory slots, and the more inventory slots you have, the better it is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sell everything that I found in this building as quickly as I can, so I can make my way over to the next area. Now, I do decide to keep the alarm gun because it is a powerful tool that will allow me to snipe down some airdrops, or maybe shoot somebody and alarm gun them, and maybe that alarm will cause other players to come and hunt him down. And I run into this guy here, so I'm like, alright, well, I want to try and damage him so I can get 5 funk. And I go ahead and throw my caltrops down, and I look inside this building for the 5 funk, and I actually notice that it's not been looted yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and activate this gas for 5 funk and use it to deny the building. And I'm gonna go ahead and leave, but then I realize he's chasing me, so I try to alarm gun him, but unfortunately I miss. I try to craft caltrops, but he does zone me out of the crafting zone, and I don't really want to fight him. He's playing rather aggressively for some reason, so I go ahead and craft caltrops. Now this thing is going to be useless to me, so I throw it down on the ground. That is until he shoots me with an alarm gun, so I realize, oh, he wants this alarm gun because it's part of his build. And I decide to pick it back up so he doesn't get it. Now, I am alarm gunned, which is unfortunate, And I did take a bit of damage, but luckily I have Regenerator perk, so it doesn't matter at all. Now, the alarm gun on me isn't too much of anything to worry about, because anyone who does show up and try to come and kill me, I can basically outrun. Now, I do want to make my way back into this building, and I do see a red crate in the distance over there, so just something to keep in mind. And I double back around onto this building because there is free loot for me to take due to the fact that I zoned him out of here. I'm surprised that he didn't double back as well, but maybe he just thought that these 5 lockers wasn't worth his time anymore. I find myself in brass knuckles, which is awesome, and I go and check this building, and he has looted this half of the building, so that's probably why he didn't come back. He did place caltrops at the health station, and I do take a bit of damage, but that's fine. I go ahead and sell the brass knuckles, and I'm gonna go ahead and sell this alarm gun. Just sell it real quick right here, putting me at 99 funk. So, I see that funk barrel off in the distance, and I want to give it a quick check, because maybe it's not taken, but unfortunately it is. And when I was at Satcom earlier, I do remember seeing a red barrel. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my way over there so I can craft a crafted explosive so I can open up that red crate I saw. Now, I want to be very sneaky here, because crafting a crafted explosive when close to somebody is basically a death trap. And I get hit by caltrops again, but it doesn't matter because I have the Regenerator perk to heal me up. I successfully crafted a crafted explosive, and I make my way over to the red crate. Just a nice quick walk over. Red crate in sight. So I go ahead and toss my explosive at it, and what do I get? I get a katana. Now I am very, very happy with this katana find. The katana is extremely intimidating because it does a lot of damage and it bleeds as well. Now, a 3 crate Monty happened, so I make my way over because that's a free airdrop for me to take. I go ahead and toss my caltrops over there, so I have some sort of area to control, and I create a bandage in case I blow up, which is more likely than not to happen. And as I'm making my way over, a guy pops his head up. And who is it? It's Bump Squeeze. Bump Squeeze had crafted armor, and I know he's very good at the melee game, so I decide not to take this fight, at least not yet, because I want to have crafted armor if I want to go ahead and take him down. I do have a katana, so I am fairly confident I can take him on. That is until I hear a whole lot of other people showing up for this 3 crate Monty. And I'm not gonna take the risk for this 3 crate Monty, so I craft caltrops and I head over to the outskirts of the map. I'm gonna let everyone close in on the center and do the things they want to do while I farm up my airdrop. So I head over to this building right here because of the way that spawns work. This building can be missed sometimes, and I get the +5 bug, and to my surprise this building hasn't been looted, which is good for me. So I go ahead and throw my caltrops over there, and I continue or start looting this building. I am planning to stick around here for a while as I loot this building, so that's why I threw the caltrop there, so I have an area for me to control. And I do find quite a bit of items here, and that's gonna give me more than enough for my airdrop. So I go ahead and just pop the explosive runs, because who doesn't like to move at 35% new speed? And I don't actually need any sort of muscle man milk, because my airdrop comes with an OJ. And OJ is the best stim that you could possibly have. I'm gonna go ahead and sell this second pair of brass knuckles. And I'm gonna sell this last muscle man milk. Now I make my way to the back over here and see if there's a pad, and there is a pad. Now this pad is actually one of the best pads to call in your airdrop because of the way it flies into the map. It is uncontestable by any cheeky person running an alarm gunner build. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this time to craft myself a bow, because if you don't have a bow late game, you're basically saying I'm screwed to anyone with a bow. Also, it's of the utmost importance that you shoot down these airdrops as quickly as possible, so you are left in a vulnerable state for the shortest amount of time. Now, I was going to craft myself some more arrows for this bow, but I decided to hold off on it for a bit because I might want to craft some armor first. I find some funk first and I collect that, and I head over to my airdrop. And now I'm opening my airdrop, and it is medic. Medic is the most funk efficient airdrop there is. I mean, backpack, medkit, bandage. What more could you ask for? Now, the bandage actually outranks the medkit in this scenario because of the fact that I know people will be looking to cancel my medkit application when it comes into the late game. So, I do want to use the bandage instead of the medkit. And I'm gonna go ahead and constantly cycle throw these bandage and medkits all the way so that I can sell the medkit and still have the bandage for later and not have to double back. It's a bit of a chore to do something like this, but it is well worth my time. And as you can see, my funk levels are at 80. If I can find myself a better spear through one of the hollow spawners, I will gladly sell my katana for that weapon. This is a kukri, I do not need that, so I'm gonna go ahead and sell all the stuff here that I left before, and that should bring me to 130 funk. It is super close to the funk number I need, 150, but not quite there. Imagine if I had sold the speed stem instead of popping it. I kind of regret popping it for fun. Now I want to head over to Culpepper Outfitters, but I hear someone activating the gas there. So I'm gonna have to go to the next closest building that I haven't been to yet, which is Cull, Cast, and Weather. Entering that building will give me 5 funk, and I get to see what item is in the hollow spawner there. It is quite a trip there, but it's well worth my time to head over. Now, one thing I actually am doing this game is completely avoiding mid, because honestly, making a base at mid isn't even worth your time if you know how to handle it. It's just important for me to know that someone is making a base there. Now there's a baseball bat and I don't need it, so I'm gonna keep heading down over to this building to check what is in the hollow spawner. I see a nice little airdrop right there, and I'll go ahead and pop my head inside this building and I'm at 140 funk. Unfortunately, that building's hollow spawner has already been taken. So I decide, alright, there's not gonna be enough time anymore. I'm just gonna have to go to the middle with what I've got, and I'm gonna use my funk to create armor. Just crafting a satchel real quick, then I'm gonna craft it into armor. Grab my bow real quick, and I make my way over to the center. Now, I do have quite a bit of funk to spill, so the next branch I see, I'm gonna go ahead and craft arrows. Now is a good time for me to check the scoreboard after loading up these arrows. And I look up at the scoreboard and I see Pegnath with 3 kills and everybody else with 0. So I know the biggest threat on the map for me is Pegnath. The only kind of person who can kill me is the person with kill instinct. So I will be keeping an eye out for him the next time I see his name. If I see his name, I'm definitely going to punish him for playing so aggressively, because if I leave him in the standing room, there is a good chance he's just gonna target lock my name and maul me down. And I make my way over to mid, and I go ahead and secure my place here up on this rock. It's a very beautiful rock indeed. Unfortunately, somebody activates the gas and I am going to be forced to move up forward. Which is fine by me, because as long as I am in a nice, safe place where no one can see me, I am okay. I'm just going to sneak around this area until it is closing time. I don't really need to make any traps at this moment, because I have a different plan in mind. I'm just casually waiting for the opportunity. Now, what I actually have planned in mind is to hijack somebody else's base. And as I make my way over here, this is a popular base spot. And judging from the discarded bow that had ammo, the person who originally made this base probably died. But not many people are going to know that. So the idea is for me to pretend like this is my base and deter people from this area. Now there are actually people fighting above me, and I position myself here so that they wouldn't know I'm over here. And an impact grenade actually goes off and it hurts both of them, and it took me so much self-control not to rush out and try to kill both of them. But at the end of the day, it's first place that gets the $500, so I stay put. Now, I see this guy running over to the trees, and I know what he wants to do. He wants to craft himself some bandages. So I go ahead and scope him out. If he's low, he's definitely going to die to me. And I try to sneak up on him. I use the tree as a means to block vision, and a quick look shows that it is in fact Pegnath with a speed stim. After seeing that name and seeing his build, I know that I should just not mess with him. At least not right now. I run into Atrium and I want to kill him because he's very low HP, but unfortunately he does run into this bush, and you never ever want to chase someone straight into a bush. There could be a snare there, who knows. He runs straight into Pegnath and he dies, which is unfortunate that I couldn't get the kill, but it doesn't matter as long as I am slowly clearing the island of people, because too many people in the center is just bad for my game. Now I see Pegnath over there, he's wearing all blue, and I start shooting a bunch of arrows at him because I want him to die. I don't like his build at all. It is countering my build, which is double move speed, and he's got the bludgeon, and I didn't take woundless this game. so he is a very high threat to my build. And he just took a bunch of damage from taking on that fight and my arrows. I know he's gotta be low and he wants to heal up, but I'm not gonna let that happen. I can safely apply pressure with my arrow from a distance, and I hear a medkit and I go ahead and cancel it, and he's low as heck. So all I need to do is keep pressuring him, and the beauty of this is the more he runs, the more I heal while he can't. This is the power of this build. It's to be able to deny people from healing while not wasting my own ability to heal. So I position myself up here because I want to just heal up to full before getting into another fight. And I'm just waiting. I'm scoping out his dead body. I know he has a medkit, so I definitely want to double back on it. I see this alarm gun, which is pretty funny. I was tempted to pick it up, but I didn't because it's probably got no ammo. Now my bow actually has no ammo in it, so I'm hoping to trade it for the medkit that Pegnap was trying to pop earlier. Luckily, the person who was over his dead body did not find it, so I get myself a free medkit. Now I head over here and that guy just turns tail, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I didn't want to fight anyways. And I'm just casually walking around trying to find an area that is for me. There's a guy with a bow there, I don't want to deal with him. And there's a guy hiding in my original spot. And I'm like, yo, what the hell? This is my base. So I pretend to run away and circle back, and he is gone. This area is now mine again, which is pretty nice. And now comes the part where I just wait for the ending. I do have a beautiful katana ready for the late game, so I am pretty intimidating to other players. And all I have to do is just pop my orange juice at the 2-minute mark, so that when I pop it, I will be stimmed for basically the rest of the game. If you pop your orange juice and you're holding a katana, I'm telling you right now that no one is going to want to piss you off by trying to attack you. That's just way too scary for anyone to have to deal with. Now it's just chilling, waiting. Trying to make any aggressive play at this point in the game is just stupid. You're just gonna get shot down by people with arrows, and it's not gonna be a fun time. Only 15 seconds till the 2-minute mark, and here we go. It's like New Year's. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. And now it's time for me to pop my orange juice and head over to the center. I'm gonna slowly crouch through it, make sure, check the ground for any caltrops, and some guy actually throws caltrops in the center, and I'm like, aw man. Now that center area is zoned off. Now I do hear a guy over here, so I go ahead and get a sweet hit on him, and he's really low after that with my bleed applying to him, so I really want to kill him. Anyone with low HP is my priority to kill, but it's very important that I don't start tunnel visioning and keep my back covered. So I get blinded and I immediately jump in the gas to prevent anyone from hitting me while I can't see anything, like this guy over here. I go ahead and get a nice backstab on him, prevent him from healing, and he's dead. My next target is Elite Fam, because he is basically a walking health kit. I want to make sure that I get those kills, so that nobody else can have the advantage of healing. I'm just very focused on not letting anyone get any sort of healing in. And now I'm just chilling, no need to do anything, and I see Demarini get destroyed. His dig deep triggers from the bleed, and I was super tempted to just run over there and try to kill him, because I do not want anyone else killing him and healing up. But the way we're positioned is just way too risky for me to do anything. And I see Pump Gun over to my left. He plays similar to me. This guy actually decides to move up and try to maul me, and I was really surprised. Unfortunately, I do step on some caltrops here, but all I need to do is just get the hell out of here, get my bandage off, because I know I've got the most HP out of anyone else. I did a quick turn, Nitro Nuke was so close, and everybody dies.
And no one wants to make a move. 5 seconds until the map closes. Demarini is down. Let's go through. Real quick. Pump Gun taking a huge hit. Pump Gun is gonna go down. He has Dig Deep. He's popping his... Oh, and Pump Gun is down! BDE! Chasing! And chasing! All these players are down! It looks like Runes is about to run away with it! He's running for his life! He doesn't want to take any damage at all, or else he's gonna die from this! Oh, and he runs away with it! Runes wins the game! Woo! He was so lucky to be able to keep running away from all those players, and as he's running into traps, barely all the rest of the players end up dying right behind him because of the gas. Wow! What a way to go! Congrats to Runes. Well-deserved win after two so close second place winnings in both your other tournaments. Congrats, buddy. Let's get you in the chat. Let's talk about this. Oh my god. Oh, so good. So good. Atrium, take it away, buddy.
Actually, I wasn't worried about Pump Gun at all, because I know his playstyle. I know he will never attack you if you're somewhat equal of in terms of like health and items. So having him on my left side means that I didn't have to watch it as much. So yeah, so keeping him to my left was part of my strategy, standing in the middle, and I just had to make sure that the other two guys to my right wasn't going to like attack me or anything.
Alright, what do you say to the people that say 0 kills or 1 kill is not really the culling?
Oh, you know what? Make the win conditions have kills included in them, and you'll see me going for kills. You saw Amanda's tournament game 1. I will go for those kills, but during this game, I'm playing for the win condition. I'm not playing to impress anybody, I'm playing to win. And if that's what it takes to win, then I'm taking that route.
Alright, and you're $500 richer because of it.
Exactly.
Fantastic, man. Thank you so much for playing in the tournament. I'm really glad you finally got your first win. Rain, back to you, man.
So, there you guys have it. That was my experience in One Rain's tournament. I'm so happy to finally pull out a first place win, and I hope for many more to come. Now, these videos do take a lot of work to complete, so if you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. I want to give a big shout out to any Runes Raiders out there cheering for me. If you want to join the army, just drop a hashtag Runes Raiders in the comments section below. So, just want to give you guys a quick heads up on what I have planned next. I still need to do the gas montage video. It's been of low priority lately, but don't worry, I saw that one comment expecting for it to come out. I haven't forgotten about you. Some of you may be wondering what I bought with the tournament money that I won, and I'll be covering that in a future video. All of it goes straight back into gaming. I don't have a strong enough computer to stream and game as of yet, but after this, I certainly will. So be on the lookout when I announce my very first culling stream. So, that pretty much wraps up this video. Thanks again for watching, and may the odds be ever in your favor.